Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
And two idiots explore the galaxy. Wrath and Story. Welcome back to another episode of Wrath and Story. You may call me the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, the flexible demeanor, and it is my pleasure to document the many adventures of J. Jones, Andrew Dickinger, and their Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez. When you last left them, our boys had just boarded what seemed to be a deserted rogue trader vessel, in search of a mysterious Xenos artifact. What they found was a bit more disturbing. Not only did they uncover remnants of several bloody firefights, but they came face to face with two malfunctioning servitors, with bodies riddled with boils and disease. Luckily, they made quick work of the mindless enemies, but the question remains: what happened to the crew? And what further dangers await them? Let's find out.
All right, Daniel, just switched it back on. We managed to get the shuriken out.
Duct tape will hold. I think it'll hold.
You think it will?
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, we shouldn't say anything, though.
No.
Yeah. You look great, buddy. I
Thanks.
mean, no one would ever notice.
This whole thing is very spooky. This whole ship is extremely spooky. I just want to put that out there.
And it does not smell good. Whatever infected those two now dead servitors, it smells pretty gross.
Yeah, I'd been pressing the power button on my shock maul for a while to basically like cook off whatever was like left on there.
That's disgusting.
And that is not helping the smell,
Yeah,
I'll
it
have
is
you know.
not
I don't
at
even have a
all.
nose, and that it smells.
Well,
I mean,
you've
I'm
got
not-
those sensors, which, I mean,
Yeah.
and mine are, I smell really well now, and it smells horrible.
I mean, I'm breathing through a rebreather, so I'm
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it seems like nothing impacts you. Question. You look like you actually took a little bit of a hit there from that gun. Are you feeling okay?
I look down, I'm like, ah! And there's like a piece of me missing. I'm gonna heal myself, so I'm gonna do a Medicaid check. Now, I'm not heavily wounded, so
No, you're only lightly wounded.
It's only a 3 to pass, but because I'm doing it on myself, it's a 4 to pass.
Yes.
But thankfully, I have a Medicaid skill of 7.
Whoa.
So, not the bad.
Well, you need to get 4 successes, though, so...
Listen,
I don't know what the expected values are on that yet, but,
I've been rolling so high.
Yeah, you've been rolling so well.
is your time up?
Unfortunately, I only got 3 successes.
See, here's
Alright.
the problem. You didn't use... If you use the shock maul on something, it always succeeds. If only you could use the shock maul to heal yourself.
But should I try that?
No. Definitely don't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't happen, so I guess we're just gonna keep going, and I take the duct tape out and put it over the
Just
wound.
tape it over them.
All right. I don't know how well that's going to actually heal you.
It's fine. It
I
worked
mean,
for
I
you.
could try to heal you. I have a Medicaid of 1, which means I'm going to poke around on your chest a little bit.
No, I'd rather you not.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
No.
I don't know. I feel like as an Eldar,
I'll take a swig of that wine you got.
natural healing part of me.
I'll
that
take
I
a
can
swig of that
pass-
wine you got.
No.
The
Don't
what
touch
stuff
this
you
wine.
had stashed away.
This is my wine. This is old J wine. I get to keep this wine. This is for special occasions.
I'm curious why you brought the wine with you, but that's a conversation.
Well, I thought there might be a special occasion on the ship. I mean, you never know.
It is-
I mean, sure, you never know when you might fight infested servitors, but, you might also run into, like, a whole bunch of gold and cheese, and with all that cheese, I mean, you're gonna need good wine.
Were you hoping this was a surprise party? That's why they weren't. That all the lights were off. That this is going to be a surprise party
Yeah,
situation.
you got me. I was kind of hoping, right? I mean, my
Why would we have drilled a hole in the side of
Well,
the ship?
well,
That would be very
I mean,
surprising.
I really feel like you guys
You
are
know-
going above and beyond. I mean, I'm in a
you
new.
know, you're not wrong.
I mean, I'm in a new body. I figured like new body birthday.
No, that was
What?
like months ago.
Yeah, but I feel this was like a belated. Nobody celebrated my new Eldari body birthday.
It would. That's also a surprise if you do it later. Like if
Yeah,
you have
an
the
extra
if
special
you have
surprise.
it close to the birthday, that's not very surprising.
Listen, if you say a lot of things that are surprising, you're not technically wrong, but that is the worst kind of wrong. So
All right,
we're gonna
fair
keep
enough.
going.
Fine. remember, nobody's having this. This is mine in case more surprise parties come up happen in the future. I'm not saying you have to put on a surprise
All
party.
right,
for
I've
me.
continued walking while he's monologuing.
Yes. As we continue to have this chat, as we walk down.
Checking the schematic to see how close we are to the
And
bridge.
as he does that, I want to look back at the servitors and maybe like do like a quick check on them to see if there's anything. Obviously, it looks like something was off about them.
Yes.
Would
What
this be investigation?
what skill would I use to do this?
To check out these bodies, you're going to either need to use check use to like tap into the actual tech part that's on there.
Right, the
or
man bot part.
The bot part of the man bot.
Sure.
Or you're going to need to use investigation to sort of like look at all the body parts and the clues and stuff together.
Perfect. Those are 2 skills that I have a 1 in. Awesome. Here we go.
What does
The
he
difficulty is going to be 3. So I don't think unless you roll some good.
I got 1 success with my wrath die. It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything because I need a 3.
Yeah,
but
unless you got some
Andrew,
6s in there.
You hear just robot sounds or like glitches as you turn back around, and I'm just like with my combat knife just like poking into this thing.
So you're just making the beep boop sounds with your mouth as you poke them with your combat knife?
Beep boop beep. It's not working. I don't know. I feel like this thing has got some kind of heightened security a part of it. It's just not, and I'm just like jamming my knife into the side of it.
I walk over to him and I grab him by the shoulder and pull him out of the way.
I promise, I'm really good at some things.
All right, I'm going to use my tech use is considerably better.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a tech use with the firewall up to jack into these things just in case there's some kind of code corruption. I don't want that.
All right, if you want to put up the firewall, that is going to increase the difficulty by 1.
I will do
difficulty
that.
will be 4. Okay.
I will definitely do that
Okay.
because I don't want to have this backfire.
I
don't
feel
wanna
like that's the first class in tech preschool.
You don't want to get cooties.
Is don't
Don't get robot cooties.
don't absorb the viruses.
Now, when you're hacking, I know a lot of you are going to get really excited to punch into robots right away. Now, it's fun to jack into robots, but you got to be safe.
Gross. All right. So here we go. Wow, that's an absurd success.
How hard did you jack into that robot?
Well, I got 1 normal 5.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything on my wrath
Yeah,
dice.
you didn't.
But I got 3 exalted successes.
Oh, you exaltedly jacked into that thing so hard.
So that's a total of how many successes?
So it's enough that I can push 1 6 and then still succeed.
Oh, you could turn one of those exalted into a bonus.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to get some extra bonus information from this thing.
Nice.
Cool.
So it was carrying out its last given orders, and it was just repeating those over and over again, which was to destroy any intruders. Was the general thing. It seems to be just on a security detail. It's destroying any intruders. You're the intruders. But the bonus thing that you see in there is that the definition of intruders has been updated recently. And it says any beings that are showing signs of infection count as intruders as well.
So interesting. So these were actually not under the thrall of anybody. They were just going through their routine, but apparently there's some kind of, as we see, infection spreading through the crew.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they were probably defending against whatever the infection was, and it must have gotten to them, but they were still defending against it?
Well, the robot parts seemed like they weren't infested, I guess, by whatever it is.
Yeah,
that's
clearly the man of the man bot was the one that was infested. That's gross.
One might say that the flesh is weak.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah, you say that all the time.
the machine god.
I mean, but check out this flesh.
Clearly-
it's pretty good.
Clearly, the Omnissiah teaches us that flesh is corruption and machine is the way.
Unless it looks this good. Am I right?
No,
Check it out.
This weird oil is
It's
coming off of you.
glistening,
I
right?
don't like it.
Okay. Clearly, something is infecting things or was infecting people on this ship, so we should be extra cautious.
Well, let's go to the bridge and get an idea of what's going on.
Sounds good.
All right, we could head to the bridge. It's sort of right there. It looks like it's... Well, maybe these two things were defending the bridge. I don't know, but...
Makes sense. Is it open? Like, can I just flip the switch here and open the doors?
It looks like, yeah, the door just opened.
Wow, okay. I'm going to... Let me just scope this out real quick. And I throw the hood on my chameleon cloak, and I go to do a stealth check.
Okay.
Are there when he opens the door, are there any like alarms blaring?
No.
Not a good sign.
All right, my stealth is a 10, so here we go. Ooh,
I see lots
I
of
still
ones.
don't roll great. So many ones, but it's not on my wrath die.
Difficulty is 3, by the way. Standard difficulty.
Okay, I got a 6, which means I can push it to get extra information, or I can actually in this system,
Yeah.
if I get a 6, I can actually
Well, an extra 6. If you get a bonus 6.
if I get
on
a
top of-
bonus 6
Yeah.
that I push or I shift,
Yeah.
I can actually make something happen in the scenario, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So if it's stealth related, I'm actually going to push it and say that if as I slip into this room, I'm so quiet that I potentially get additional information, or I overhear something, or I spot something that I wouldn't normally have because I'm so cautiously skirting the edges of the room.
Yes, you're not generally very observant, but because you are so stealthy,
That other people or other things aren't being extra, what I would consider stealthy, but normal people would consider seeing with their eyes, because my awareness is garbage.
all right. As you move in, you actually notice, you don't know if you would have noticed this right away, but in the small corner, you notice an extra screen that is still on. But first, let me describe the rest of this situation. The bridge looks like a standard rogue trader bridge. There's a big chair with a wheel for the captain.
Of course.
It's a gold-plated wheel, so it looks like he spent a little bit of money, but it was only plated. It's
Only
not like
on
it was
his
a
wheel.
solid gold. Yeah. But you don't see anyone in here, but you do see quite a bit of blood. But the thing is, there's still no one in here. You look over at the astropath sort of choir. There's nobody there. You see quite a bit of blood. There was definitely signs of combat all over this place, but there's just red blood all over the floor. You do notice sort of in the corner, this is the bonus that you get because you find this sort of hiding it away. You find a human that has committed suicide. They have shot themselves through the head.
So if you aren't aware of the 40K universe, so they don't communicate through normal means. So when he says the Astropath Choir, they actually have psychers hooked up to this big machine with other psychers around them because they communicate to other ships through this psychic array.
It's pretty weird.
And they're permanently hooked into it, so no one being there is very unusual.
Yes. So you only actually need to do that when you're when you're traveling through the warp. When you're outside of the warp, you could just send messages normally.
Depending on your distance, yes.
Yeah. But
obviously being out of the warp, you could just send messages normally, but it's still super weird that the Astropath isn't hooked into this thing.
Yes.
yeah. So like I said, there's really nothing in here except for some blood. But because of your shifted 6, you find a corpse that has seemed to have shot itself in the head.
Andrew, can you hear me?
Is it clear and you see my head poke around the door?
No. I mean, I think it is, but let me just get a little bit closer here. There's a corpse in the corner. Daniel,
Wait, an actual body?
Yeah, like an actual body. Daniel, I'm patching you through the visuals in my armor. Can you see this guy? Does he look different at all? Does it look like he's wearing any kind of officer uniform or?
Yes, he's got a very large hat on the ground next to him. He's got a lot of medals all over his chest. He's got a very bright jacket. This guy looks like a captain.
Wait, hold on. And I'm going through the data array. Is that the captain? Is that Captain Milo?
Mallow.
Mallow.
Captain Mallow.
Captain Mallow. I did.
Well,
write
I
this
hear
down.
sometimes his closest friends would call him Milo. No, probably not. But
This seems to be Captain Mallow. You notice that also on his face he has some sort of rebreather mask.
oh no.
Man after my own heart.
Okay, I think the room is clear. You can come in here now.
I was already walking in.
Oh, good. All right. Well,
Good security protocols, guys.
Yeah, we've got good training going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what happened to this guy. You've good Medicae. I mean, it looks like he killed himself. I mean, that looks pretty obvious.
There's a gunshot wound.
But he might have, before he died, he might have been infected by whatever was messing with those weird servitors.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look like he has infection.
Yeah, but he had a rebreather on, so I don't know, maybe something got into him and he killed himself?
Just remembered something. So, okay. You may not like this. When I checked the air before,
Right.
didn't do it as thoroughly as I could have.
I mean, I know you said everything was fine.
Maybe not fine.
You know I have to breathe, right? We talked about this.
I mean, we can go in the vacuum of space.
Jeez.
So,
Can you... This is going to sound weird, and don't... I know you're a robot, man, so don't do anything weird, but I need you to do a Medicae check on me. Can you do that for me without Doing anything with the shock maul?
All these weird freaking
No,
little mechanical arms with
Put those
stabby
things
things
away.
come out.
Just look. I've got my helmet on secure, but I don't know what's been
grab
going
your
on in
arm.
the air. Don't you do anything to. Okay, just be nice.
Okay, what difficulty Medicaid check is
It's
this?
going to be a standard Medicaid check to see if somebody's infected.
All right. Let's make Jay infected.
No.
What? Yeah. Oh my God, so much. Again, I will actually be able to push 2 6s. So
Really?
yes, I have.
How much Medicaid skill do you have?
I have a 7 Medicaid
I
skill.
guess, and then
What'd
you
you
rolled
roll?
really well.
I rolled a 5, a 5, a 6, a 2, and then 2 more 6s, and my wrath die's a 3. So, like, yeah, I mean, I can push 2 of those 6s. He has immunity. I declare it. I found the cure unintentionally in that moment and realized that his Eldar physiology is unaffected by the contaminant.
You know what? Yes, with that many successes, there are some microbes that are moving around in your system. You have breathed them in. You are realizing now, looking at these sort of symptoms, that there was something, at least when you were fighting those things, that when the blood was splattering everywhere, that you got a little bit of an infection, but it does not affect your body because you are an Eldari. In fact, you're like a weird half human, half Eldari sort of thing.
Oh man,
Okay.
I knew I was special.
So, yeah. So, you are infected, but you're more like carrier than actually infected.
that's good.
We're going to have
right?
to do a cleansing screening later.
What does that mean?
Takes time, maybe hurts, but we'll take care of it
What do
when
you
we
mean
get
it
back.
hurts?
We'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I don't do anything to this body. I just got it.
But the good news is that you can't get the infection.
Oh, great. Wait a second. If it is alive in me, is there any way you can do a quick analysis to maybe understand a little bit more about it? Now that it's not in like a dead body, maybe we can get some intel from a live one?
So, can I determine from the blood sample if this is like a Xenos pathogen? Something I would know, essentially, an alien-born pathogen.
You can, just from the Medicaid check, you're looking at it. This does not look like any disease that you have seen before. Now, they
Good.
could have picked it up on any sort of planet. As a rogue trader, they do a lot of exploring, so they could have just picked it up. They picked up an artifact that they were going to sell to Hardin.
They did. They did do that.
That's the reason we're here.
Okay. So, anything odd?
I don't know what it is.
Good. All right.
I'm gonna check the computer and figure out if we can turn off the security protocol.
Yes, that would be good.
Yes.
Because we should not run into any more of those servitors. That was bad.
Okay, so what is the check for this?
It's actually just going to be a standard check.
awesome.
So that's a 3.
I am, again, able to push 2 6s. What do I do?
Really?
Could he potentially uncover on the ship where they also have the artifact stored?
Yeah, no, I was wondering, can I, in adding to that, can I get a full internal layout that shows not only where the artifact is, but potentially where enemies are located and something like that?
You see that the artifact is contained in a cargo hold. It's on the other end of the ship. It's several miles to get to the cargo hold. It's a very big
Yeah, rogue
ship.
traders are
They're huge.
massive
It's
ships.
It's a city ship.
But besides that, you take a little bit of time looking through the records, and you find that it looks like they also have quite a bit of loot on board in the cargo section that could be valuable. You also see that there are quite a bit of life forms in the hangar bay. 80 or so life forms in the hangar
80
bay.
life forms. That's a lot of life forms in the hangar bay.
Are there any life forms with the artifact, or is it inconclusive?
The life forms are not with the artifact.
Is there anything else in the hangar bay?
You're looking at the manifests. You see that there's, some shuttlecraft and some other landers and whatnot are in there, and it looks like you just are picking up life signs in there.
Good.
Human life signs.
Okay. Well, I disable the security system,
All right. Cool. So at this point,
but not the doors.
no, you disabled the security system.
Ah, shit.
So at this point, you get a message that is now broadcasting through, because when the security turns off, all of the lights actually get brighter. They were sort of dim in here.
Oh, good. I can actually see.
The lights turn on in here. There were You see that there are actually some red lights that were maybe supposed to be activated that weren't quite before, but now everything is sort of returned to like a normal, nice sort of helpful lighting everywhere.
Yeah.
And you get a message from the other ship. Ah, gentlemen, I see that you have deactivated the security protocols. Don't worry, my team is landing just now.
No, hold on.
Well, hold on, Captain. I think you should maybe hold off for a few minutes. There's potentially a situation in the hangar, and we don't want you flying in there just yet. We're just gonna maybe resolve it our own way, and then you could come in afterwards.
I do not think you understand. My team is landing now.
Wait, what do you mean your team is landing now?
Do you want to send a message to the landing craft?
Yes, I would. Can you patch me into the landing craft?
Hey there.
Hey, who is this?
It's Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Yeah, I saw you in the hall the other day.
Jay, focus.
Yeah, right. Jeff, listen.
This is the landing team. You got the security protocols down, right?
Yeah.
I'm showing that we can land in the hangar now.
No, but Jeff, you definitely don't want to land in the hangar because there are a lot of people down there, and they could not be friendly people, or they might not be friendly people. They're probably not. Jeff, please
Should I open fire?
No. Or maybe do. You know what? In fact, before you open fire, look first, and if you see like growth pustules all over their bodies,
If they look sick,
fire away. But before you do that, I definitely wouldn't touch down because there could be like gross servitor things down there. Is all I'm saying, Jeff.
All right, I'm looking. Oh God! By the Emperor, these things are disgusting.
Yeah, they're probably gross looking.
cleanse them with holy fire.
The whole hangar bay is just full of just people that are covered in sores, and what is it? One of them seems bigger than the other. We open fire, boys. Open fire, and you now hear just the sounds of cannons spinning up, and you now see that life signs are starting to drop in the hangar.
Well, Jeff, it sounds like things are going pretty well down there. Looks like you got it handled.
Unfortunately, you also see that many life forms are fleeing out of the hangar, and actually, as soon as you turned the security protocols off, many of them started to leave the hangar.
Okay.
Shit. It was his fault.
What? It wasn't my fault.
You pushed the button.
I didn't do that at all. Jeff and Captain, for the record, I did not push any buttons to let anything into different parts of the ship.
I do not care about the button presses. I wish to know, can my crew land safely?
I mean, once all the people are out of the hangar, in fact, what does it look like now, Andrew?
I mean, the airborne? No, probably not.
Oh, yeah. So there might be a sickness infecting the entire ship.
Is that what happened?
It's some kind of airborne pathogen. I've never seen it before.
Oh. Well, then it's a good thing that we have not landed yet, I suppose.
Exactly. And just so you know, Andrew's not affected, and I'm immune. So, I'm totally immune, and anything that results of this, Andrew and I will handle ourselves. So don't worry about it. Just stay in the ships.
Fascinating. Well, yes, I suppose so. Well, I will be seeing you soon. I would appreciate it if you could clear out whatever this infection is, or just bring me the artifact. I don't particularly even know what it is, but Mallow said it was... Is Mallow infected, then?
Yeah, no, he's not infected. Good news.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Bad news is he is dead, though. He did kill himself.
That's less good.
Yeah, he's, but it looks like he wasn't infected when he died, so that's great.
Is it?
Yeah, not really. Listen, but we should probably head down there to get that artifact, though, because that'll be a, thumbs up,
Your first mission seems to be going remarkably well in
To
my
be
crew.
fair, I don't think this was our fault that he killed himself, but, hey, none of your crew got sick. I feel like that's an upside.
Yes. Calvin's going to... never mind. Good luck, gentlemen.
Is there anything left any enemies left in the hangar bay?
No. But there are 10 of these things that are heading straight towards the bridge.
Okay.
So we gotta get out of here.
I
right
realized, in that moment, I was a little shocked, and I missed a perfectly good opportunity while the security doors were shut to just open the hangar bay and flush them all out into space.
Yeah, that would have been good. Well, we're here now. Andrew, can you see if there's any particular pathway that they're coming down that maybe we could skirt away from them, or are we gonna have to go head first into these things?
They are moving very quickly. Also, the hangar bay is pretty close to the bridge. They're going to be here momentarily.
There's no real way. It's just like the long hallway that goes to the main junction where the hangar bay and the back of the ship
So
is.
we're gonna have to go through these guys.
We have maybe 5 minutes tops before they arrive.
Oh.
To be fair, I don't think we'd want to walk to the artifact anyway. It would seem like it would take a really long time.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so if they're on their way here, then maybe we set up a perimeter or something like that and try to take these things out?
Well, I have an idea. So, it looks like next to the hatch there, like right where we entered, but on the other side is a gate. Are there any active servitors still left in there? Because we deactivated them when we turned security protocols off.
No, it doesn't. It looks like most of the servitors have been destroyed.
Well, then maybe we can open the door and they'll divert?
Maybe. What we could do is, these things, when we were fighting them earlier, did they look like they had like a really good sense of their environment? Like, obviously they're rushing towards the bridge. Do we think it's instinctual? Because if we're quiet enough...
Well, we didn't fight these things. These are something else.
Right. Oh, you think these are different than the servitors?
No, the servitors were very clearly like, they were autonomous. They were not being controlled by anything but their programming.
I'm wondering if we can trick these things. Now, I've got this chameleon cloak, and if we post up in the corner of this room, we could potentially divert their attention and hide? Hiding? Right?
You could definitely hide.
Fair.
I'm not so good with the hiding thing.
Yeah, but like if I like put it around you, you know? Like a cape.
I am way too large for that.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well then...
I mean, unless we need to find you some sort of hiding place. There's not much here. I mean, you could hide behind a console or something, but unless you could like go into I don't know.
Well, I mean, I feel like they're going to be coming at us from one hallway. That's like
the main
very
door.
Clear. The main door, there's a significant amount of distance in this main hall from where they'd be coming from. I'm looking at it on the schematic. You have a sniper rifle.
I do.
I have a galvanic rifle. We could probably just thin the line before they get to us.
And if we take out some of the front ones, it could slow down the others as they try to get over them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very large corridor, so...
Okay.
And if they're in any way bloated like the servitors were, maybe worse, then, who knows?
I think that makes sense. All right, we can post up at the end of the hallway at the entrance to the bridge and just pick them off as they come around the corner.
Yeah.
All right, if that's the plan, I think we can do this.
All right, so we post up outside of the door. I basically kneel down in standard like sniper position with the Ranger long rifle, basically the butt of it against my shoulder, looking through the scope.
So Jay's on the left side of the door. I'm on the right side of the door, like
okay.
against the frame type of thing.
All right. What is the range on both of your ranged weapons there, or at least your long range ones?
Mine is 60.
Mine is 150.
Yeah, that Eldar sniper rifle is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, the corridors aren't quite that long that you can get a whole 150 on them, but...
Makes sense.
Yes. You're going to see them at... they're going to come around the corner at 70 meters, and you see it is a mob of... They must be members of the crew at some point. They're all in various states of dress. Many of them are covered in blood, but they are also all covered in pustules and sores and are just, some of them are limping, some of them are moving better than others, but then like tripping and falling towards the ground. These things are like infected monsters. You recognize them, actually. You have heard about these things before.
What are they?
These are what are known as poxwalkers.
Oh, shit.
Oh, these are like those diseased, like, people, basically.
They're warp-infected people.
What was the chaos god?
It was Nurgle. Nurgle,
yeah,
right?
Nurgle's the one that deals with all that, like, gross pus and... Oh, man, wait a second. Am I infected with a disease that's partially Nurgle-based? This stays between us. This stays between the three of us.
What happens on the Rogue Trader stays on the Rogue Trader?
Yes, it stays on the Rogue Trader. Nobody needs to know that I, the cleanest of all of us, now has the freaking warp dirt god in my veins.
Whispers into Mike to the person who would receive us at the Flexible Demeanor. Install Quarantine 5 procedures.
Did you say something?
No, I didn't say anything at all.
So...
Okay.
Nurgle is the chaos demon whose domain is plague and disease. Poxwalkers are some of his favorite minions. They spread a disease that turns them into mindless killing machines that merely want to spread the disease to any life forms that they see.
Well, I smell wonderful normally, so This son of a bitch is really pissing me off. All right, and I cock my Ranger long rifle, which I don't think it cocks, but I make the cocking motion.
And you make the sounds with your mouth.
Yeah, and then to basically take aim, and as soon as these things round a corner, I'll take first shot.
Yes.
So I aim, which typically gives you a +1 to the damage, but with a Ranger long rifle, it gives you +2.
Yes.
So I've got a 10 to my ballistic skill. Here we go. That's a 6 on my Wrath die. There we go. So I actually got quite a few successes. What's the difficulty?
Well, it's what's their defense?
What's their defense? Yeah.
So here's the thing. As they round the corner, I'm going to say because you had a Wrath die, I'm going to let you notice that there's one that's taller and larger than the others, and I'll let you target that one instead of the smaller
target that
ones.
one,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. All right. So the bigger one's defense is 3.
Okay. So I do quite well because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. I have the glory that I got, the 6, I guess, that I succeeded with, which I won't, which you're letting me use. I can shift that to target the big guy, right?
No, you could automatically target the big guy because you just, as they come around the corner, you see one is bigger than the other.
So I got 4 successes and I got 2 6s. So
and was one of those the Wrath die?
One of them was the Wrath die.
Okay, so that means you're actually going to get a critical hit if you hit this thing.
Great. Okay.
And you can push the other 6 to give yourself 1 extra damage die.
Okay, so typically I would get 1 extra damage die. I aimed so I would get 2 extra damage die, and I shifted 1 so I now have 4 extra damage die.
Holy crap! Yes, that is how that works.
All right, that means, and out of that I got 2 successes, so I deal 12 damage, and one of them, and it's a critical hit.
Yes. So that means we have to look at the critical hit table.
Woohoo!
Well, if there's one for you to critical hit, this is the one for you.
Yeah, this would be the guy.
What are the speed of these things, by the way?
Well, you haven't seen them move in your eyesight.
That's right. They
yet.
just turned the corner.
They just turned the corner, so you'll find out very soon.
I want you to give me inside baseball knowledge. I learned that from somebody back in the day.
Yeah, I heard baseball. That's I feel like it was a while ago. I remember somebody who dealt with baseball.
Okay, critical hits. So I need you to roll 2d6s and have one be the ones place, one be the tens place.
All right.
And then tell me the number you
get.
get.
The Wrath die as the tens place.
Okay, and then tell me the number you get.
63. That's pretty good.
Oh boy.
Because I rolled the 6 on the one that's the tens place.
Oh boy, that's a good roll. Unspeakable carnage.
Yes.
Awesome.
A truly grievous strike. The attack is a terrifying display of martial prowess. A geyser of gore erupts from the foe's wound, and ragged remains of the body are strewn across the battlefield.
Can we say that the wound is his head and it does a Quentin Tarantino just like anime spray?
So he's not necessarily dead, but he suffers 1d3 plus 3 mortal wounds, which are just wounds that ignore all toughness and
wait,
armor.
what? How much is it?
So a d3 plus 3.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that is I rolled a 5, so that's a 3, so 6 mortal wounds on top of that.
No, I believe you dealt 12
and I dealt
damage.
12 damage, so he took a total of 18.
Well, how much? Well, he's got to subtract his resilience from the 12 damage.
Yes. So that's 10. So that's only 2 damage, but then the
6 mortal wounds.
6 mortal.
How many wounds does he have?
So that's 8 that goes through.
Does he soak? Can he soak?
Oh yeah, he can soak because he's a big guy. So he is going to soak. His soak is 4. He's going to soak 2 of those wounds.
So 6 goes through.
Yes. So he has 2 wounds left.
Wow. Okay. And because I did that critical hit, I imagine because these guys are all like pustulely, they've got these big bloats on them. Like, I assume I hit one and it just like pops and this like gross greenish yellowish slime like
all right.
splatters everywhere.
As you hit him, he flies back just slightly, and then he sort of like starts twitching, and wings begin to rise out of his back.
Oh no!
And his arms turn into tendrils, and he lifts up above the rest of the poxwalkers and begins to fly forward towards you at an incredibly fast speed.
I do notice that when you shot him, though, that the amount of fluid that came out of him is beyond the capacity of the body he's currently in.
So, like, I slowly tip my head back, look up around the scope, see what I'm seeing, look back to the scope, look back around the scope. Hey, Andrew,
You just shot it and made it worse.
I didn't do that. That thing just suddenly sprouted rings. I don't know what the fuck that is.
You guys need to make fear checks. So a fear test is based on your resolve, and the difficulty will be 3 because he is fear 3.
My resolve is 2, so I cannot pass.
Mine is also 2, so I cannot pass.
Okay, so you are now afraid of this thing.
Yeah, I would agree.
That makes sense.
All right, as long as you are afraid, you are at +1 difficulty to do anything interacting with it.
Okay, fair. I'm a little nervous about this thing.
Yes.
It just sprouted tentacles and wings. Good.
It moves with an impossible speed towards you,
Great.
but not so impossible that it actually reaches you this round.
I assume it's like almost on top of us, though.
It is 10 away from you.
Wow, that's fast.
Yes.
It's basically, I think that's more than double my own speed.
Yeah, it moves with a lightning speed towards you.
More than double, dude. It just moved 60.
Holy crap.
Yes, it did.
Yay. My speed is 8.
Mine is also 8.
That was so we had Jay's action, then we have the flying guy's action, and now Andrew.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Okay, so I need you to tell me what rapid fire is again and what pen 1 is again, because
Pen 1 is AP.
So pen 1 means if you shift a
shift the
D6
die, it
over,
becomes pen 1.
It becomes, yes.
It becomes AP -1. What does rapid fire mean? I believe it's when you fire at half range that you get something.
So it's rapid fire 1. So when something's close, it does 1 more die of damage.
So this thing's close. I'm gonna fire my rapid fire galvanic rifle at it.
Yeah, but now its defense was 3, but now it's 4 because we're scared of it.
Well, its defense is still 3, but you have to roll a 4 to hit it because
It
you're
means
scared
yes.
of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying we need a
Yes,
we
you're
need
right.
a 4.
Yeah, you need
But
a 4 to
luckily,
hit it.
my rapid fire 1, because it's at close range, cancels that. So
I mean, it doesn't cancel it, just gives
just-
you another die.
It just makes it an extra. Yes, you're correct. So I'm going to aim. I don't think it's worth it to move because the thing just moved 60, which means that in this tight space of this bridge, we're not going to be able to get away.
Oh, yeah. No, we got to take this thing out before it gets us.
So I'm gonna get that gives me my +1 die to that roll, and then I'm rapid fire range, so I'm gonna get another plus die. So I normally have a ballistic skill of 6, so that gives me a ballistic skill of 8.
Whew.
So 7 dice and the wrath die. Here we go.
You got this. Please kill it.
I need a 4. Get 6s. Sweet baby Jesus.
What'd you get?
I got.
Also, who?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking
Sweet
about.
baby Omnissiah.
Wow, a baby Omnissiah. I didn't know he was. All right, I'm learning a lot of new things today.
Okay, so I got. It's all that's important is the actual successes. So I got 3 normal successes, and I got 2 exalted successes. My wrath die doesn't matter. Unfortunately, I need to use one of those exalted die to pass, but I do get to push one, which means it suddenly becomes AP -1. Because when I push a die with this weapon, I get +1 penetration.
Oh, right.
Ooh, very nice.
Okay.
So normally it's 10 plus 1 extra damage die, but because I pushed, I get 2 extra damage die. All right, so let's see how much extra damage it does.
Oh, dear.
Nothing. Good. All right, so just
Yeah, bonus die doesn't always do more damage.
It doesn't always.
so just 10 damage. Oh, wait.
10 damage.
I think it ignored 10 damage. So 1 damage.
That's if it doesn't soak it.
It's going to try to soak the 1 damage.
You shut up, Jay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it only has so much shock that it can spend. So
That's
it's
true.
yes. So you don't know how much that is,
I
but
don't.
yes.
but I assume it's small.
I don't know.
All right, it soaks it. So no damage. As you take the shot and it just sort of dodges at the last second because it's moving so quickly.
Good.
And the swarm of poxwalkers, there's a group, all 9 of them, move forward. Their speed is, they move 10 towards you.
Nice. We got a little bit more time with these guys.
Yeah,
got time.
You'll probably be able to take these guys out pretty easily.
To be fair, our biggest problem is right in front of us, and it has wings and tentacles.
The enemies have gone. So now, because everyone is now gone, we now start a second round. So that means you guys get to start. Who's going to go first, Andrew or Jay?
Can I go first this time?
Do you feel like you've got the best opportunity to take this down when I have such high ballistic skill and can make critical hits? And do mortal wounds, potentially?
Well, my question is because it's already soaked a decent amount. Do I want to hit it with my shock maul and potentially cause it extra?
It's going to be harder for me to shoot at it if you're in close combat with it.
That's true.
And it's about to enter close combat with us, whether we like it or not.
That's true. You shoot at it.
Okay, I'm going to take one more shot at this thing to see if I can down it.
Yeah.
If not, we'll be in close combat with it anyway, and then you can shock maul it. Here we go.
Please kill it.
I'm going to try to kill it. Here we go. All right. Ballistic skill, I have 10 dice, but it's a 4 difficulty now because its defense is a 3 + 1 because I'm afraid.
It's spooky.
Oh, wow. I got a 5 on my wrath die, but I didn't roll any successes, but I did roll 3 6s.
Okay, so those are super successes.
Yes. So that's basically...
So you get to push one.
So I get 2 of them. Yeah. Basically, I have to use 2 of them, part of the other success, to get over the 4. So I will get to push one of them, which means I'll get to make it a critical hit.
So critical hit is only when you get a 6 on the wrath die.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
you
that's
get to
right.
push to get an extra damage.
Yeah, that's
die.
right.
get extra
I push
die.
to get an extra damage die.
And I believe
Yeah.
your gun also has penetration, doesn't it?
It does not. The Ranger long rifle doesn't have penetration.
You're thinking of his shirt.
No, I'm
Only
saying-
my shuriken pistol
Oh,
does.
okay.
Yeah. So basically, if I should probably use my shuriken pistol as pen 3. Lessons learned. So I get 2 extra damage die, which I didn't do anything. So I did nothing because we know that once
How much damage do you do?
it's 10 plus nothing. So it's I think we learned from last time 10 doesn't
It
do
has
anything.
10 resilience when you
Jeez.
include its demonic flesh in there.
You were supposed to kill it.
I know. To
Oh.
be fair, I forgot that I need a 6 on the wrath to do critical damage. I thought it was any 6s that you push. Lessons learned.
All right. Well, as you miss, part of it is because you see it just sort of. I mean, you hit it, but it just sort of it's nothing. Like
Yeah.
it just it does not even slow down as it is now upon you.
I didn't hit one of its got 3 glowing pustules on it, and I shot one of the 3 glowing pustules, which did a lot of damage. So we got to hit the other 2 now.
All right. It's going to hit you with its horrifying tendril.
Good.
All right. So its weapon skill is 7.
My defense is a 3.
It's so funny that your defense is higher than mine.
I am quick.
Yeah.
That's
You're
the point.
Leith, yes.
Yeah, I'm Leith. I'm Leith on the wind.
All right. That's maybe not the thing to say when something's about to kill you.
Yeah, that's true.
So it gets 3.
Darn
it's just
it.
enough to hit you.
Ah.
It rolled a bunch of 3s, but it got 1 6 and 1 4, so that's enough to
boy.
hit you.
Well, at least it doesn't have, it can't turn it into additional damage.
Yeah, it doesn't have any shifts. So it does get 1 extra damage just built in. That's a failure. So you take 11 AP minus 2.
Oh, geez, AP minus 2?
Yeah.
God. So that ignores 2 of my armor, so I have 5. So 6? Okay.
Yes.
So time to soak some of these. I have soak 3. I get a 6, so I can...
That soaks 2 wounds.
Soaks 2 of them, so I take 4 wounds.
And you could take 3 shock.
So 2 of the ones that I soak, and then you always take 1 additional.
You always take 1, yes.
So I'm down to 5 shock, because I've got quite a bit of shock. But more disturbingly, I'm down to 1 wound, because I only have 5.
Cool.
So that hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. So
Andrew, you
I
get
just
to go.
get slammed with tentacles.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go up, and how close is it to me? Because I was only like
You're
across-
right. Yeah, you're right next to it. Yeah, you
Okay.
guys are. It's attacking on. Yeah, you're.
I'm assuming this thing's big enough that it almost takes up the hallway.
Yeah, you're. Yeah, this is not a good situation.
Okay, so because I don't have to move, I'm going to aim.
It's actually not so big that it's just a little bit bigger than a normal human in that it's not easier to hit because it's so big. Because that's
Gotcha.
actually technically a thing.
That's worth clarifying.
Yes.
All right. So
Andrew, please kill this thing.
you were supposed to kill it.
I know. I'm really regretting it now. I promise you.
Use the shuriken pistol next time. When
Yeah,
it's
I know, Daniel. I got it.
All right. So this is you said its defense is 3, correct?
Yes.
So it's still a 4
because you're spooked.
Because we're spooked. So I passed but I also rolled a complication on my wrath dice.
Oh no.
Okay. It's going to use its demonic transformation power which normally is a thing that can happen as a complication.
I wonder if that's how wings happened.
Probably.
No, actually, that's slightly different.
I didn't roll a 1 before.
It recovers 2 wounds and 2 shock. You don't get to it fast enough as you notice that its body is starting to knit back together, and you do not hit it fast enough.
Worked so hard to get all those wounds down.
I deal it no damage because I deal a total of 9 damage with AP -1, and its armor and its resilience is 10.
Oh no. Well, don't you deal damage to its soak at least?
It does also deal. Well, no, its damage that goes through also deals damage to its soak.
Never mind. Damn it. Cool. So what do the monsters do?
They continue to move towards you. They move 10.
Well, it's top of the turn. Who do you think should go first? Me or you? Did you have a bad roll? Because I've got a Pen 3 shuriken pistol that I can actually make a Pen 3.
Well, it's only Pen 3 when you push.
Yeah, but I have a decent chance to at least shift one of those die.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think it may be worth it for me to go first, only because if I do roll even reasonably better than I just got, then I will basically be able to take away all of its ability to soak.
Okay. I trust you.
All right, we're doing it.
Please save me.
The fact that you guys need to decide who goes first now is an interesting dilemma.
It is an interesting dilemma.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Who?
Sweet baby Amonsaya.
Oh, man. He goes by a lot of different names.
So I succeeded with the ability to push 3 6s.
That's good.
I rolled 4 6s and 2 5s on my roll. The rat die is only a 4, but I can push 3 of those 6s to pass.
You got 4 6s?
I got 4 6s and 2 5s.
Goodness, okay.
Daniel was disappointed. He was hoping we would just die.
I am surprised.
Listen, it's happening. And 3 of those were extra damage dice.
That's good.
So that puts me at, wait, no, sorry. 2 of those are 6s. Because it's a brutal weapon, I add 1 to my extra damage dice rolls, which 2 of them were 5, so they become 6s. So that's actually 5 extra damage on top of that attack.
That's pretty good.
Which means it's a 12 with Pen 1, which means 3 damage goes through.
Yes, 3 damage goes well, it's going to try to soak.
But it's still 3 damage and 3 shock.
Yes, but then it's going to try to soak it.
Oh, damn it. So don't soak it.
Well, we'll see how it rolls. I don't,
Well, that was nearly the best I could get.
That is actually a complete fail on the soak. It doesn't soak anything, so you're welcome.
So that's...
So how much does it take?
So it's 3 damage and 3 shock.
Yes, so its shock is now completely worn out. It has no more shock, and you do 3 damage to it. Okay, cool.
So what, so do all the shambling monsters move first, or,
No, it's going to,
good.
going to attack.
Oh, man. So I'm, like, pinned on the ground beneath it. Like, is it going to keep swinging on me?
Yeah, it's going to try to finish you off.
Oh, good. And since I'm on the ground, would you say that I'm in the shadows?
No.
Damn it.
Let's see. 1,
Well, I have a
2,
defense of 3.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so you are hit. It's
Good.
going to shift one of them over.
Damn.
So you are going to take... Well, let's roll the bonus dice. Cool. 3 extra damage. So you're going to take 14 Pen 2.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even soak enough to stop that. I was at 1 wound. So I just look up as this tentacle thing comes down and then black.
Yes. So now it's your turn. So you're going to need to make a defiance check.
Ooh.
A defiance is your ability to hold on even when others might die.
I'm going to be good at this.
Roll a d6. You don't get to add anything.
I got a 4.
You are stabilized.
Okay. That's good at least. I'm unconscious, bleeding out on the ground beneath a demon monster, but I'm stabilized.
So you're actually not bleeding out. Well, I mean, there's a lot of blood, but
there's
you
blood.
are not. But bleeding out is a specific condition within this system, and you don't have that.
I'm out. I'm just freaking out.
Yes. Okay. So that was your turn.
Yay!
The rest of the Poxwalkers are going to move 10 towards you, so you still got plenty of time. You have like 4 rounds before they're going to catch up to you.
Okay.
But now there's this thing that finished with Jay and has now spun its head towards you. By the way, it spins its head completely around towards you.
Gross. I would think if I was awake.
All right, so I believe it's my turn to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the thing with the stuff.
Wait. I think I want to go first this round. Just kidding. I'm asleep.
I can't push any, but I did hit it.
Okay.
And
Now, keep in mind, you can use your glory to re-roll any... your glory goes away at the end of the adventure, so you might want to use your glory on this attack to re-roll your failed dice.
I am going to do that.
Yes, just a reminder.
That's a good idea. Thank you, DM.
My name's Daniel.
Daniel?
Yes.
Daniel Fernandez.
No, that was not it.
I
No.
don't think that's his name.
Quiet, you.
I'm having a weird dream where people are mispronouncing people's names.
Okay, that's significantly better. Unfortunately, it gave me just a bunch more successes. I can only push 1 6 because I only got 1 6.
Well, that's more than pushing 0 6s.
There you go.
Holy sweet baby Jesus.
Who?
Who? Baby, I'm the side. So for my 3 damage dice, my extra damage dice, I rolled 5 5 6, which means they're all 6s, which means that's 6 extra damage.
That's pretty good.
So that's 13 pen 1.
13 pen 1, huh? Well, it doesn't have any soak. Excuse me, it doesn't have any shock that it would use to soak. Okay. Cool, you kill it.
Awesome. It crumples in the same way that the wet paper guys also crumpled.
Does it crumple on top of me?
Partially.
Good.
The wing is on you.
These are all things I'm saying as I'm unconscious.
I'm immediately...
If you weren't infected before, all of the goo and the slashing towards you, you are definitely infected.
I am going to go over to the door control that I rolled the double 6s when I penetrated the door control, and I'm going to lock the door.
Oh.
So I grab Jay and drag him into the room.
Okay.
And I believe because I had such a good tech use before with regards to the ship systems, I'm going to close the door and I'm going to lock it.
Okay, I mean, they'll break through it, but this is not, it's not one of the heavy security doors that was like on the hangar. This is just a standard door.
It doesn't have like a blast door, but all bridges have blast doors, don't they?
I mean, the thing is, they're just fleshy people and it's a metal door, so like they're not going to get through it immediately.
Okay, then after that happens, I'm going to immediately go over to Jay and I'm going to medicate him.
You know what? You have enough time to medicate Jay while they're trying to break down the door. Yeah.
How challenging is this check?
The difficulty is going to be 4 because he is heavily wounded.
Ah, right. Yes, I forgot it is a 4. But it's luckily not a 5 because it's him and not me.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing.
I don't like that.
I cut your arm off.
I passed, but I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
Oh, no.
So what's the complication?
All right. So, Jay, you are going to get up.
You have 1 wound remaining.
With 1 wound remaining. However, because you are not, he did not use the right amount of like pain pills and whatnot.
Am I like drugged?
Take a bunch of shock or something?
No, you are going to be at +1. It's going to be like you're still afraid.
Oh,
you're going to be at
man.
+1 difficulty to everything you're doing. It's not that you're afraid. It's that just you're not.
I'm hopped up on pain pills.
You're overly hopped up on pain pills.
Woo! All right, here I am.
They're about to break through the door.
Oh shit.
And yes, they have now just burst through the door.
Okay, so if we get to act first, right? Or we get to choose who goes first.
You get to choose who goes first, yes.
So I would like to go first.
Okay, go away.
I'm going to do a backflip roll into the back of the room and basically take cover around one of the corner of the consoles. Okay. And pull out my shuriken pistol as I land my roll and aim it at the Poxwalkers and start spraying into them.
Do you want to hide in the shadows as well?
Yeah, well, I'm going to move.
Yes, exactly.
I guess in this move motion, can I take a stealth check?
Yes, you can.
But it'll still be... What's the difficulty on this?
The difficulty is going to be based on how they're going to make an opposed check to you.
Okay,
so
and it's Whatever it is, they get a...
We're going to see who gets the more successes, and whoever gets the most successes can win. Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, I actually rolled pretty well. Nothing on the Wrath die, but I got 3 successes and 3 sixes.
So they got 2 successes.
So I'm like, I like vanish into the shadows, just like roll back, and I am just gone.
Yeah, you have just completely disappeared.
And I pull out my shuriken pistol and take aim in one of the corners and just start firing.
You're not going to be able to take aim because you move to this.
Correct.
Yes.
I was speaking narratively. I cannot mechanically take aim, but I'm going to pull out my shuriken pistol and just open fire into the Poxwalkers.
So what was it? So you've taken cover, which has its own bonuses behind the console, but you're in the shadows. What bonuses does that give you?
Yeah, so I, being in a Eldari Ranger, get a benefit called From the Shadows, which means if anyone tries to detect me or target me, it's a +1 to the difficulty because I am so darn stealthy.
So basically, if they try to attack you, you have like +1 defense.
Would you like to target more than one of them?
I would.
Okay, yes, so we're already on the same page.
Oh, yes. I'm looking to try to take out as many as possible. So my ballistic skill is a 10. What is their defense?
Their defense is 2.
Okay, but I am drugged up, so it will be a 3. Okay, so I'm targeting multiple, so it's multi-attack, which means for every additional beyond the first, it's +2 to the difficulty?
Yes, it's +2 for each one you shoot beyond the first.
Okay, and since I'm already drugged, it's already +1, so if I did 3, I'd need a 7. So instead, I'll just do 2. I'll be shooting at 2.
Yes, so you need 5 to hit.
I need 5. Okay,
yes.
Here we go. Okay, so I actually rolled really well. I got a 6 for my Wrath die.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
I got a success, and then I got 2 successes, and I got 2 sixes. So that will give me a total of, so I got 3 sixes, basically. One of them was on the Wrath die. And then I got 2 successes. So that gives me a total of 8. So basically
8 to 2 of them. So they have a resilience of 5.
Okay.
So,
well, I have a damage
but no
of
armor.
10 base.
So you had a damage 10. Okay. So they have 1 wound each because they're moving in a big old mob.
Okay.
So you just kill 2 of them.
Okay.
Now that means that you can't do a critical hit with that 6, but instead the 6 is going to give you another bonus, which is going to let you target an additional 2, and they are going to die as well.
Okay. So it is essentially a critical shot because it goes through them and takes out 2 more behind
That's
them.
what I would say.
Yes, exactly.
That
Yeah.
It's a shuriken weapon.
Because Poxwalkers are like basically walking mulch at a certain point. So
Yes.
like this is just
and
like
these ones have been like pounding themselves upon the door here. They were probably pounding themselves on the door in the hangar for a while too.
So they died, but they died feeling no pain.
Aw.
They just fell over.
That's nice. So 4 of them are dead.
4 of them are dead.
So
yes.
5 left. Okay, I feel pretty good about that.
Yes. So the 5 of them are going to move together, and they are going to target you, Andrew.
Well, that's why I'm out front. Also, he got messed up.
These Poxwalkers are a mob, so they're all going to attack at once, and they get to add up to half of their number to the attack roll.
Rounding up or down?
Rounding up. You always round up in this game.
Okay. So they get to add 3.
They get to add 3 to the attack roll, and their weapon skill was 5.
So they roll 8 dice.
Yeah.
Well, I have a defense of 2.
Yeah.
So
You're real wily.
unless you like roll, I don't move around very quickly.
Yeah.
Unless you like miss horribly.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it always could.
I already see a 6.
Yeah,
So I
so-
already know it's not true.
Oh no.
Cool. So it's actually going to... Oh, it only gets to shift 1 6 over. So it does... Let's see if that... the extra damage... Okay. So you're going to take 9 damage, piercing 0.
I take 0 damage because my resilience is 9.
That's pretty good.
Jeez.
I am tough. I do not move around quickly, but remember, I am more than 50% machine.
So I love that like there's just this moment of just like and like it looks real bad and then bong just like right against your chest.
you're behind me. You're like, man, he's gonna get fucked up so bad right now, and then
I
you
mean,
just.
I'm probably not thinking that. I'm probably like, oh no.
But then it's just tink 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 tink.
Yeah, they are all just trying to hit you at once, but they cannot get through your armor. You're just a little bit too tough. But they are toxic, but because they did not do any specific damage to you, you do not take any toxic damage. But because they equaled your resilience exactly, is that correct? They equaled your
That's correct.
You are going to take 2 shock damage.
Oh. That's unfortunate. Well, I can only take one more shock.
Yeah. So which means you can't soak at all because you have to spend one shock to even try to soak.
Oh, no.
Now, there are ways to restore shock. You can spend glory and stuff on that. We haven't even talked about wrath, but we'll talk about that next time.
Okie dokie. Well, I am going to use, actually, my galvanic rifle because I'm going to spend one of my reloads.
So the problem is they're right on top of you. You can't use your rifle in melee combat. You're surrounded.
Yeah.
Oh, and if I disengage, I can't do anything.
And
Yes.
they'll attack you again.
Damn it. I wish Jay didn't die. All right, so...
He's up now.
He is.
He killed 4 of them.
He is alive. Yes, a shuriken weapon. Turns out it penetrates really well. So using my shock maul, I am going to multi-attack.
Okay.
They're right on top of me. So I do have a weapon skill of 7. So what's their defense?
Their defense is 2.
So I need a 4.
Yes.
No, I need to declare how many targets. We're just going to keep it safe and go for 2.
Yes.
So I do need a 4 because it's 2 beyond the original defense value. Unfortunately, I don't get to push one of my 6s because that puts me to 5, but I do pass.
All right. So roll your damage.
And my wrath die was only a 5, so I get 1 normal success, thankfully to brutal, because it turns my 3 into a 4, and I rolled a 6 as well, so it's 3 bonus damage, which puts my damage at 10 with an AP -1.
Cool. So you kill both of them. So how does that look?
So I basically just do a swipe and expect resistance on the shock maul, and literally one just separates at the torso section, and then it goes into the other one, and then gets lodged. And I'm like looking at the first guy, just like, what did I hit?
Not much.
It's like taking a baseball bat and swinging it through like a cake. Like you're just like crumpling through this like soft, moist, gross
It's
thing.
slowed down slightly, but there wasn't
like a decomposing pumpkin. You're hitting.
Yeah, pretty much.
There wasn't bone resistance, which is confusing as to how they're standing.
Oh, God. Okay, so it is the top of the round, which means we can choose who goes first now.
Yes.
Either you or me.
Well, there's only 3 left, and
Yeah.
you have a pistol, which means you can fire into combat.
Yeah.
So you should probably just go, because I don't think 3 can hurt me, even if you fail.
Yeah, I could at the very least, whittle them down, so if there's like at least 1 or 2 guys left, they barely hurt you.
I would still only aim for 2.
Yes, I'm only going to aim for 2.
Yeah.
So I'm going to aim for 2. I'm going to use an aim, which means I can shoot into combat without shooting you, Andrew.
That's good.
So I've got a ballistic skill of 10. Here we go. It's still a higher difficulty because typically it would be a 4, but it's a 5 because I'm still drugged up.
Nice job, Andrew.
Hey,
I am awake.
I got him awake.
That matters. Actually, that's pretty good. That's 5 successes.
I didn't know what I was injecting him with.
That's 5 successes, which I needed, which means the 6 I can push to be an extra additional damage. So it's 10 damage. Which means if I push it, that means it becomes pen 3. I did get 1 of those successes on the additional damage die.
You don't even need to keep doing all this.
Yeah.
They're dead. You
So
kill
2
both
of them are dead.
2 of them are
so
dead.
there's 1 guy left.
Yeah.
So basically, I just fired 2 clean shots, both of them headshots, taking out those 2 poxwalkers.
All right. And the last Poxwalker is just going to try and maul you, Andrew.
You got this.
It's alone now.
He sprouts wings and
Yeah, it's just like,
oh no,
he's become a demon prince. Well, okay.
3. Will that hit you?
I have a 2 defense.
Okay. Right. You're the one with the crappy defense. And even if it was, and Jay
I
has
have
3.
a 3. It's not that much better.
Well, you know.
But it comes to a 4 when you're, hiding and
When I'm
stuff.
sneaky.
Yeah, okay. So you take 8 damage.
Which I have a resilience of 9, so you do not tie me and you deal no damage, which means I am fine.
Yeah, just completely nothing.
Just like dun 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 bonk.
Just this one thing is just
smacking you basically.
Well, I'm gonna do an all-out attack because there's 1 guy left.
just gonna completely annihilate him.
Yeah, I mean, why not? So all-out attack is a melee ability. It's sort of their aim. You get +2 additional dice on a melee attack, but you have -2 defense for the round, which means in that round, if I was not the last person to strike, so the monsters got to strike before me, they'd hit me automatically, which is interesting.
But you're just gonna kill this guy right here, so it doesn't really even matter.
You
That's
got
right.
this.
I just want to guarantee I don't.
And also, I
rub it.
guess the strategy, you use all-out attack at the end of the round, and then you're fine.
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Yes, because it's per the round. That's what I was saying. If I was the last to go, then it would be the best
I might
time
need to
use
double
it.
check that, but yeah. I think so. I think as written.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Interesting strategy.
Yeah.
All right, well, that puts me to 9 dice.
Yeah.
With 8 of them and 1 wrath.
Don't worry, you just need to get 2.
Okay, so it's really good I added those extra dice because I only got 3 successes.
Oh my god.
So and no pushes. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad that I did that. I did get 1 bonus damage, man.
It
brutal's
doesn't.
so
It
nice.
doesn't matter. You killed it. Like, I mean, you can determine all the damage you want. It has 1 wound and 5 resilience.
Listen,
like
listen. I hit it and it just immediately falls apart.
You like bonk it and just like
I
crumbles.
just did a little head tap, head tapperoo.
Oh my god, that was horrifying.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm bleeding.
I'm a little shook.
like everywhere.
I didn't like what happened, but you know.
But we did it. I think we're good. I think did you want to check the life scans? I don't know why I'm tired. I was just watching.
Why are you tired? You weren't the one that just got slammed to the ground by some like demon tentacle Nurgle
Well,
bastard.
I mean, look at the bright side. You're like as infected as you were before.
yeah, I guess the most I could ever be. It's like it's inside my armor. This is disgusting. Like, look at this. Look at this weird slime on my hand.
Yeah, it's very gross. Well, I'm gonna
God.
check to see if there's any life signs left, because I don't want to have to go through that again.
Yeah, I really hope there aren't any.
So I tap back into the computer. Are there any I should say any disturbing life signs remaining?
No, well, actually, disturbing or otherwise, there's only 2 life signs on board, and it's you 2. Everything else on the ship is dead.
Daniel, I believe you're a life
Yeah,
sign.
I believe so too, Daniel.
I
But
don't really
that's-
show up the same
That's
way.
good though that there is nothing else on the ship. I think that means we can probably let the team know that it's clear. Although we should probably should come in with breathers and
Like class 5 quarantine procedures.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel so gross. I
So-
think I need a shower.
Okay, so we're gonna put you in this bag. You can breathe.
But did you just carry around full size people bags on you at all times?
Okay, here we go.
Is this
Okay.
the quarantine procedure? You just carry around a bag?
What?
Is this a quarantine approved bag?
Okay, we're going back to the ship.
Oh my god.
All right.
I
so-
could have put this on when I got there.
So
This is really hard to walk in.
Daniel, I feel like we're done here. They can get the artifact, so I'm gonna shut you
Yeah,
off.
I don't want to float that far. You guys probably don't want to walk that far.
Also, you know how we duct taped him earlier? Some of it came loose, and I think some of the stuff got inside the
I
gears.
wasn't gonna say anything.
I know, but I feel like it's
He has
important to
really
point it out.
good hearing.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm recording all of this, remember?
Oh, well, it's not that bad. I mean,
mean-
it's not as bad as what I've got going on.
Very, very little is.
You know what? Do you have a Daniel-sized bag?
What do you think I mean, I guess probably the
Sorry,
microbes
Daniel,
are
you're
floating
coming
up.
inside the bag with me.
Yeah, I mean, you should, you probably
Right.
need the bag too.
I mean, I don't know if you want to experience that, so I'm just gonna shut you off, Daniel, and put you in the bag with Jay.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Thanks for listening to this grimdark tale and our first adventure into the exciting world of wrath and story. Tune in the first Wednesday of next month as our boys take a much deeper dive into this perilous but exciting universe. There are, so many things to come, but I mustn't spoil them just yet. Let's just say these two have quite the journey ahead of them. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. And if you've enjoyed this episode, why not leave us a rating and review on iTunes? It would be most appreciated. And as always, if you enjoy the Warhammer 40k universe and want to get your wargaming fix, you can tune in to Roll to Seas every final Wednesday. And if you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. There you might enjoy listening to Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Wrath and Story, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. You may even recognize some familiar voices, such as Daniel Fernandez or even Jay Jones, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. And if you have any questions for Daniel and the boys, send them an email at wrathandstory@gmail.com. That's with the "and" spelled out. We may even answer them on one of our next episodes, so stay tuned. Of course, I'll continue to chronicle the adventures of Jay, Andrew, and Daniel every first and second Wednesday of the month. But be aware, a new schedule is coming. But more on that next month. Until next time, goodbye.